Wow, how's everyone doing? My name's Ant. I'm from Disco Entertainment, and I've been a mobile DJ and entertainer and club DJ and everything else for about 22 years now. And I'm going to be decided to basically that I'm going to start doing some um, help DJ help videos for any upcoming DJs, for existing DJs or established that want to learn. Maybe it's something you haven't thought of, maybe it's something you have thought of that hasn't worked. Different things. Maybe it hasn't worked for you. Because it's all about preference and choice and how you improve your setup, your skills, and what you do. Right? I can tell you, I've been doing it 22 years, and I'm still learning. I still watch other YouTube videos from other DJs, and I'm still learning. And I'll see something, I think, oh, do you know what? That's awesome. I love that. That's wicked. I can definitely add that to myself. And I'll get excited about it because it really adds to what you do. It keeps it fresh. It makes it look amazing. Now, before I go down sort of their DJ help route and all that sort of stuff, because maybe this will help one person, hopefully it will, and maybe not, but the information's there. Okay, before I go down any kind of route, regarding clients and customers and people who hire you and book you to do parties, to them and anybody else, when they walk in to see DJ, it's DJ flashy lights. Only another DJ will spot, or somebody that's within audio and visual will spot the speakers and hear the sound quality and, the lights and everything. And this isn't anything negative or bad against a client or a customer or anything like that, but they just don't know, because it's not what they work in. It's not what they're passionate about. They have their own jobs they're passionate about. So if you were to walk into their office space, to you it would just be an office space with something or other that they would do, and you wouldn't know any different. It's just another office space or anything like that, or another workplace. But whereas they'll be the same to you. Do you know what I mean? So it's really important to remember this, because the reason I mention it is because when you go down to a DJ warehouse, when you go down to a place that sells disco lights or sells new sound equipment and new mixers and uplighting and lasers and has phase machines, fog machines, confetti cannons, snow machines, projectors, bubble machines, and all the wonderful things there is, you go, wow, that looks great, that looks incredible, that looks amazing. That'll make my setup look amazing. But then you've got to kind of ask yourself, what's wrong with the current setup that you're using? The lights that are on your setup right now, the equipment that you are using right now, you bought that originally because you thought it would make your setup look amazing, right? And then you walk away, you look at it when it's set up, and you well up with pride. You get really happy because you think, yes, it looks amazing. Now, fast forward 6 months or a year, you're going back to the DJ warehouse, you see a brand new light again, and you think, wow, that's awesome, that's amazing, that's great. That'll make my setup look amazing. So by that statement, you kind of thinking to yourself, your setup doesn't look amazing. What's happened is, you've kind of got bored with the same setup. You've seen it so many times, you've got bored with it. And you want to add something different to it to make it fresh. And there's nothing wrong with this. But the question is, how is that going to add value to what you're doing? By adding a new £50, £100, £600, £1,000, £2,000, £50,000 light to your setup, how is that going to increase the value of what you do? To a customer, to a client, how is it going to increase? Yes, it's going to look amazing, and for those clients that do book you on a regular basis, they will notice the difference. They will notice it. They will say, oh wow, you always provide something different from last time. They will notice. To new customers, they won't. And even to the existing customers, the existing clients, they will look at it and they will be like, yeah, it looks great, but there was nothing wrong with his last setup. His last setup looked fantastic. And that's what I do. If I knew nothing about DJing, that's exactly what I do. So when you're buying new things, you've got to ask yourself, how's this going to add value to my setup? How is this going to be able for me to increase the value, increase what I charge, increase everything? Because it's all about progression, right? Because you have to remember the cost of living is going up. So in my mind, when the cost of living's going up and the cost of bread and everything else is going up, inevitably, because the cost of fuel is going up, you've got to charge more, right? Your prices will have to go up. At some point, your prices will have to go up. But you essentially be making the same money. It's dead weird. But your prices have to go up. So in order for your prices to go up, you know, you kind of have to justify that with the client, because if you've got a client, say for instance from last year, and they want to rebook you this year, but it's going to cost them 30 quid more to do so, yet you're providing the exact same thing as you provided last year, in that customer's mind is like, okay, why? I'm getting exactly the same thing. Why is it costing me more? Most of the time, if you sit down and explain to the customer and say, look, unfortunately, because of the rising cost of everything and because of Brexit and because of the cost of fuel and everything else going up, unfortunately, we've had to put our prices up. Our insurance has gone up, everything else. They'll understand. You know, they are human beings, and they have their insurance premiums will have gone up from last year. So that, you know, they will totally understand. They'll get it. They'll notice the fuel's gone up, so they'll understand and they'll get it. But still, wouldn't it be awesome to get something to add to your setup that increases value, so your client sees it and they go, wow, you know, he's charged £30 more, I don't care, I'd pay £50 more. Do you know what I mean? Because you've increased it, and you've increased the value in what you do. Now, in terms of increasing value, this doesn't necessarily mean running out and buying like new lights and spending a fortune on new equipment, a new sound system, a new mixer, a new screen and everything. What this basically means is, what have you got laying around that would increase your value? So, for instance, we all do it. I'm no different. We all do it. You buy new equipment, which moves old equipment, the equipment you're currently using, into backups, and then those other backups you used to have then go in the shed. What lights and stuff have you got in your shed or your loft or in your spare room right now? What bits of equipment have you got right now that you could utilize, that you could use in order to increase your value? So, for instance, I'm talking about a lot of DJs like me, hands up, use park hands and stuff like that in order to room up lighters to uplight the room. But what old lights do you have that you could put against that wall that would uplight that room, that would uplight that wall for you in a different way? So, for instance, if you've got an old gobo light, let's think of one of the old lights that I had that I got rid of. I had a Charvet Obsession LED 2.0. Okay, this is a gobo light, very cheap gobo light. Well, it's cheap for what it was. It was a 100 quid mark or something. I had 4 of these. They looked great until I got bored with them and decided I wanted to change. But they stayed in my shed. Now, the one day I had the bright idea to put them flat against the wall and put them onto the ceiling. What this did was amazing, because up the wall, not only did it create several different colours, and it was DMXable as well, so you could have just put it onto one colour, like several different colours, but it also put gobos on the ceiling, which was fantastic. It was an effect I'd never seen before. And it was a fact that I you know, nobody else had seen it. And I put it on the DJ page, and everyone was going, wow, what uplight is that? And I just told them. And they said, hey, that's fantastic, that's amazing. What a great idea. And it is. Do you know what I mean? It's small little things like that that make the biggest difference, you know? And you could put 2 of these old lights or anything. It could be a gobo light, it could be an old scanner, it could be, do you know what I mean? Just, it could be like a double derby. Put a double derby flat against the wall pointing at the ceiling and look amazing. Do you know what I mean? And you could even angle it in the corner so it goes crossways to the other corner of the room, and then on the full corner that way, going across 2 of them, across, you know, there's different things. Try it out, have a play, get some of your old equipment out, and see if you can utilise it, use it, get a bit more life out of it before you get rid of it. Because if you're not utilising it, and if you're not using it, then all it's gaining is rust, and it's just collecting dust. It's gaining rust, collecting dust, and it's just losing money. So it's gaining rust and dust and losing money, in which case you may as well sell it, because there will be a DJ out there that has got lights that aren't as great as your old ones, and they would really, really appreciate that old light to improve their setup and take them to the next level. You know, there's DJs out there that don't have lights or anything, so it would really help them. So I hope this video has been enlightening. I hope it's been helpful in any way, shape or form, and I hope it's giving you some new ideas. More help videos will be on the way regarding DJ programming and also uplighters and how to utilize other things and like that. Loads of help for DJs out there. Guys, everyone, positive vibes, great times. Hope everyone's having an amazing day. And yeah, if you like this video, please share, subscribe, like in the comments. Thank you very much, everyone. Have an amazing day.